I can hear you, yes.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Do you
Would you
want to
like
go
me to go
first?
first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry for the delay.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. Good afternoon. I'll be covering online learning policies, and I am Tabitha Hernandez. I'll be covering the agenda, which covers the purpose, both selected learning policies 1 and 2, a conclusion, additional resources, and the references. So the purpose of this presentation is to not only discuss 2 online policies that thrive as the growth of online learning continues to increase, but also to express what it takes, also to, I'm sorry, to discuss taking into consideration the future of our students with assisting them as they aim to achieve in college and in their careers. The first selected policy is the course choice policy. It provides K-12 students to have the choice to take courses from a range of, or often but not always, online. It is opening up to the world to students all over, especially students in isolated and rural communities. It provides an educational experience to allow for customization in how students learn. The online courses can fill the gaps for students who are attending colleges, schools without a wide range of available courses. In addition, some students prefer to take a course online in order to create flexibility in their schedules, perhaps to meet the demand of a job, sport, or other extracurricular activities. To experience personalized affordability provides students with different learning needs at different locations to maximize their chosen path, whether they would like to go straight into the college course or join the workforce. Rewarding quality focused on students' outcome by drowning out poor providers. It provides increased enrollments into state course choice programs that have established a high bar for quality. Those limitations regulating inputs is based on rules such as student teacher ratio. So to get out of that norm, um, it will be put to allow the students to have more control over the requirements than um, basic policies like how many students per teacher, things to that effect. Another limitation is funding. The public dollars follow the students to the chosen course, and then some percentage of the funding is withheld until the student successfully completes or masters the course choice that they select. Creating separate funding streams that don't compete for district dollars. So to gain acceptance from the district is a role in the educational system. Most schools compete for funding depending on high test scores and different big events and things to that effect. So if it was just basic funding provided to all of the schools and they have more of a hand in how they control the money as well as proof to see if it's an effective system, then that can also help. 11 states have some sort of choice, course choice in place since 2014, but the states vary in significant ways. And some of the key characteristics from the course choice policies and programs vary per state. But some of the ones that stand out is whether students choose courses where they maximize online course catalogs and registration systems, and they have a more variety of things that they can do that's not offered in that school. Second online course policy that I chose was online course graduation requirements, which provides students in grade 9 through 12 the opportunity to experience e-courses in college, online training, and jobs by taking at least one course for graduation. Some of those strengths is teacher integration. It allows the teachers to experience and explore more online components, provides more training for them, as well as offers more resources. Some of the limitations is access for all students, and mainly is for individuals who lack access. So a solution for this will be to increase the pool of loaner laptops, promote uses at public sites like the library, and define more options for soldiers where our students where they can get the opportunity to find access like the Boy and Girls Club and other nonprofit organizations. In conclusion, these policies give us an opportunity to take a look back and forward to determine what has properly prepared our students for their future in education or the workforce. Also, what we can do to assist them in reaching these goals. Course choice policies allow states to customize policies that will work for all students in different states. It will open up different courses to a lot of different students, which allows the customization their education with different methods, a variety of opportunities to learn and prepare for the next level, again, whether college or going straight into the job market. Online graduation requirement policies allow students the opportunity to prepare and experience life after high school to prepare for college or the job market. It haven't spread as much as people will like, as it's been introduced over a decade ago. It allows many students, however, to continue to advance among their peers in preparing to achieve their goals, whether educational or straight into the workforce. For further study, you can check out additional resources listed below. And these are my references. Do you have any questions?
No, I do not. I think that was very good.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if I can bring mine up here. Oh, it says you have to stop screen sharing. There we go. What did I do with that? All right, so today we are going to discuss some online K through 12 learning policies. My name is Bernard Kuhn. The two policies that I'm going to discuss are attendance in online schools and funding for online schools. I am going to discuss these specifically related into the state of Pennsylvania, which is where I am living. So, Pennsylvania cyber schools, they fall under the charter school policy for Pennsylvania Department of Education. So they do not have their own state policy, government policy. They exist within the district of the administrative offices. So a student in the western part of the state could go to cyber school in a school on the eastern part of the state. But the main address of the school is where the offices are for that online school. Any student in Pennsylvania can attend for free, paid for by their home district. So if a student is struggling in school for various reasons, for bullying, or maybe they have some sort of an illness and they can't make it to school, they can choose any one of the cyber schools in Pennsylvania to attend, and the home school district will pay for them to go to those schools. One of the biggest problems is that there isn't much law or policy on cyber education in Pennsylvania. So that creates some issues for school districts and students at times as well. The first policy that we are going to discuss is attendance policy at cyber schools. So out of the 15 cyber schools in Pennsylvania, each one of them has a different attendance policy. And the reason why this policy is important is because the schools have to prove the students were online taking classes in order to get paid. So the school district does not pay the online cyber school until the cyber school can prove that the student had attended, whatever the required number of days are. Now, some of these schools have been accused of forging records because they know that if they can't show that the student has attended per their attendance policy, they won't get reimbursed for that student. One of the main problems with this is because the attendance policy varies widely, a cyber school could say that a student only has to be in class 2 days a week, or a student could log on and technically be enrolled in school for the day, but then never actually do anything. So there's definitely some issues that need to be worked on there. The second issue is school funding. So all of the funding for cyber schools, it's based on the charter school model. So essentially the home school district of the students funds the charter school, or the cyber school in this case. This creates a huge issue when certain districts don't account for their students leaving and having to pay tuition for another school. And the home districts have no say in the education of their students. Okay, it's considered a private school, so if a student goes away for a year and then comes back to the home district, one school, the cyber school, might say that the student completed 10th grade, but they might not be ready for 10th grade. And the school district will say, no, you have to take 9th grade again. And it becomes a big issue there. So the funding should probably be looked at to be readjusted so that cyber schools get their own separate funding and kind of leave the school districts on their own. In conclusion, more policy and research is definitely needed in Pennsylvania in regard to cyber schools. It seems like a lot of the lawmakers in Pennsylvania, that these cyber schools have funded a lot of these lawmakers' elections, and they don't want to have more oversight. They like the way things are. They're gaining money by school districts, and it's a pretty simple system for them. There should be a universal attendance policy that helps schools, students, and even cyber schools be on the same page with things. And the cyber school funding should be separate from charter schools, private schools, public schools, because it's growing into its own separate entity where many students are going to look more towards the cyber school in the future. And at the bottom, I've provided my references.
Okay.